Beijing, ancient capital, modern metropolis, the home of emperors, and the heart of a great cultural tradition. Beijing, old and sedate, young and dynamic, a modern open city on the fast track to reinventing itself. Beijing, where two worlds mingle. Being Beijing is experiencing the life, seeing the sights, sampling the culture. That's being Beijing.
Beijing is my home. I was born in this huge city, but left as a child many years ago. Since coming back, I've met the new face of Beijing. However, despite all the changes, tradition still stands strong. There's a certain Beijingness in the air that's bound to immerse you with its presence.
For most people in Beijing, Shichahai is a place filled with memories. As children, they came to play by these waters. They strolled under the weeping willows and possibly met their first love here. Now, although the Beijing of today is no longer simply that, there have been many new elements incorporated. What are they exactly? Well, that's exactly why we are here. I'm Yin, and welcome to Travelogue. Welcome to the Beijing series.
Strolling through Shichahai, you may forget that you are in the heart of a busy metropolis. Who would have thought that just 4 kilometers north of the Forbidden City, we'd find a place like this? The area of Shichahai actually encompasses 3 bodies of water: Tianhai, Xihai, and most famous of all, Hohai. To get here, take the subway to Gulou and walk 10 minutes south. It's a relaxing place. Come hang out with your friends or enjoy the sunshine.
In Hohai, probably the best method of walking around here is to take a bicycle to get through those little hutongs and the little alleys. 师傅，这自行车怎么租的呀
1个小时20。
20这种
单车1个小时10块。
Not expensive. For 10 kuai, you can get one of these bikes for an hour. 就要这个吧，啊。Okay. Now, I'm geared with the right equipment. I forgot how to ride this thing.
The character Hai of Shichahai literally means ocean, and long ago, the lake was called an ocean for its grand size. So, my day begins to see if Beijing is anything like it was in my childhood. In the past, the Beijing people would get up every morning to the sound of the bell from the bell tower. As early as 2,000 years ago, the morning bell and evening drum could be heard resonating throughout the city. Today, 15 RMB is all it takes to get a taste of this place. According to legend, the official charged with casting the bell tried and failed repeatedly. Finally, his daughter, fearing of further delays, threw herself into the bronze, hoping to move the gods to ensure a perfect casting. 100 meters south of the bell tower stands the drum tower.
Shall I continue with the drums? You see, the drums obviously are a musical instrument, but since ancient times in China, it's also been used as a time announcing tool, sort of like a clock, because everyone in the ancient city would be able to hear the banging of the drums, and it signified to them the hour it was during the day. Sometimes it would be hit very quickly, and other times slower. Thus, the banging of the drums helped the people know what time it was and help regulate their lives and their work.
Today, people still strike the drum, but it's more of a performance, a way of reenacting the customs of the past. And the entrance here is only 20 RMB. not expensive at all. Back in the old days, the drum was beaten quickly 18 times and then slowly 18 times. Altogether, there were 3 cycles, that's 108 drum beats in all, and 108 was a number that used to represent a year.
Nowadays, we have the tick-tocking of the clock to remind us of the passage of the time. But back in the old days, the Chinese people used something like this. Well, you might wonder, how did the drummers know when to strike the drum? It's because of this mechanism right here, which served the function of a gigantic clock. You see, it's sort of water-powered, with the water running from the first one up there, to the second, the third, and finally into this cylinder. And once the cylinder fills up with water, this ruler would go up slowly. And on the ruler, you see markings with the different times of day. And every 15 minutes, this man here with the cymbal would strike.
Shichahai has always been a good place to relax, and many government officials, celebrities, and monks chose to build mansions and temples here. Just north of Shichahai, a 15-minute walk from the Drum Tower, we find Prince Gong's mansion, constructed in 1777. It was designed as a paradise for the elite, and you may be surprised to know that this back garden is bigger than the garden in the Forbidden City itself. Prince Gong's position was similar to that of a present-day diplomat, and his mansion reflected his more worldly interests. This gate is a perfect harmonization of Western style with ancient Chinese carvings. On the top of the gate, the Chinese characters translate as "wishing for spring in the garden all year round." The mansion is full of cultural connotations. Most obvious is the Fu culture. Fu is the Chinese character representing fortune and luck. And you may notice the carvings of bats. They're called Bianfu, and they're supposed to spread luck and good fortune. It's believed that there are almost 10,000 Fu depictions here, including a handwritten character by Emperor Kangxi.
You'll notice something quite peculiar about this path. You see, although it's going uphill, there are no steps. And that was done on purpose because the owner of the palace wanted his life to be perfectly smooth, upright, and no obstacles.
No visit to Prince Gong's mansion is complete without a look at the Opera Theater, included in the 60 RMB entrance fee. The environment and decoration remind you that this is an entertainment arena for royalty. Today, drinking a cup of tea and watching a good traditional show, you're taken back in time to Prince Gong's world. A popular means of transport through the long alleyways, or hutongs, is the rickshaw. People say that the real culture of Beijing is the culture of the hutong and courtyard.
Sir, Miss， 给他打一声招呼，翻译他到中国来就是我说他们出北京，然后就是问他，有老北京的胡同，摆着rickshaw。
Amongst the vehicles of today's world, this old-style transportation is like a bus or taxi of the past. And your driver may turn out to be a great guide. A lot of the drivers aren't Beijing locals themselves, but are sure to answer all your questions about the hutongs. And in English, maybe. Where there's a hutong, there's a story. The residences in the hutongs bear markings of the family status. In olden times, a strict feudal hierarchy was observed, So the social class of the courtyard owners, including the members of the imperial family, dictated the architectural style, scale, and even the decorations.
Who would have thought there would have been a traffic jam of these rickshaws?
Waiting in traffic is no fun, but a gridlock in the Hutong is a completely different experience.
My friends from Beijing recommended the perfect place to stay to experience life in the Hutong. Dajinsi Hutong number 12. I think this may be it. Let's go check it out. Hi.
Hi.
Are you Jimmy?
Yeah.
Hi. I'm Yin. My friend told me to come here.
All right.
Yeah.
So come in.
Thanks. Wow. This is some place to live.
Thank you. Now my parents and I live here.
Were you born in this yard?
Yeah, I was growing up here. So does my father.
And your father? What about your grandfather?
Well, actually, we live here 4 generations.
In this yard.
Long
Wow.
time.
Yeah, it has a lot of history.
Exactly.
It seems like it's almost unrealistic. It's like from a movie or a book or something, this environment.
Thank you. This is the traditional Beijing house. You can see the structure is pretty special.
Yeah, how do you explain this? What is this?
Well, you see the houses are located on 4 sides and the yard is in the center. If I build a house in this kind of structure, so nobody else can see your privacy from the outside.
Oh, so if you want to kick back with a few friends, get an umbrella, a table in the summertime, no one can see you.
No, and a lot of my friends like this kind of feeling, It's
Yeah.
pretty special.
I actually really like this feeling too. When I was born in Beijing, and
Really?
then the courtyard is always something I dreamed of. I dreamed of living in. So I don't know if you can fulfill my dream today.
Your dream can come true, actually. My parents do bed and breakfast business.
Cool.
So if you like, you can stay for a few days.
Get me a room.
Okay.
Strangely enough, this bed and breakfast feels more like home. No flashy signs, no advertisements. It's just Jimmy, his parents, and their cat. Every once in a while, they welcome a few friends of the friends to stay over. Perhaps that's why this place is so special.
What's life in the Hutong like?
If you live in Hutong area and you're growing up here, you just get in touch with all of your neighbors. You know them very much. Every morning you say hi to them. You probably will buy breakfast with them together.
Yeah. So, but after 4 generations, do you think when you form your